Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video review. Today we are reviewing the highly anticipated George Lucas action figure in Black Series. Now, as Star Wars fans, we're not really a stranger to George Lucas action figures. I mean, this isn't even the first time he's been released in Stormtrooper disguise. He's actually had three 3/4 figures in the past, the first of which was Jorg Sakal as an X-Wing pilot, which honestly, I'm really surprised that wasn't the Black Series version of George Lucas that they released, because one, we didn't really get a Celebration exclusive this year, at least not an in-person one. Two, it was the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, and for Celebration 2, that was the figure exclusive. It was Jorg Sakal in X-Wing gear on a Attack of the Clones card back, which would have been perfect for this year. And, well, and three, you know, it's the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. It should have been on that card. I already mentioned that, so there's not really a third point. But there were at least two, which is enough. Still awesome, though. Still really like that we got him in Stormtrooper disguise. I mean, that's not how I see it. I don't see him in disguise because he created the greatest empire ever. He should be a part of that empire, right? Right. So, Stormtrooper George Lucas, not disguise. Anyway, here he is. He looks awesome. Like I said, this isn't the first time we've gotten a Stormtrooper disguise George Lucas. The first was released as a mail-away. If you got all of the proof of purchases from the, before it was called Vintage Collection, Trilogy Vintage Style Carded Figures, and Saga Collection Vintage Style Carded Figures, and you sent them in, Hasbro sent you a Stormtrooper disguise George Lucas figure and an awesome clamshell packaged figure. And this is much like that, except that one had brown hair. This one is fully gray-haired. So, pretty sweet. I'm really happy we got an awesome Lucas figure. So, classic vintage style card on the front and on the back. You got a good picture and a brief bio of George Lucas there. I mean, he is the man who created all of Star Wars. So he is quite legendary in his own right. And I like how we're getting these awesome creator figures this year, because we've got Dave Filoni for PulseCon last year. George Lucas went up for pre-order earlier this year, and the Celebration exclusive, if you can call it that, was the Jon Favreau Heavy Mando figure, the Paz Vizsla figure. So we're going to have Filoni, Favreau, and Lucas all together in Black Series form, which is super awesome, by the way, here pretty soon. So I really can't wait for all that. But that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's get the Lucas out here. So as far as molds go, it looks like it's just that current Stormtrooper mold. They just put a Lucas head on it. Now, he does come with a removable helmet, which you can put on with some effort. Oh man, that actually doesn't. There we go. Wow, that was actually pretty difficult. There we go. That takes some doing, but you can totally get it on there without being able to tell who's on underneath it. So if you ever have to pack up your figures for whatever reason and you're putting them away in like a box or a bin or something with other troopers, maybe leave the helmet off to the side with some accessories, because once you get that on there correctly, it's pretty indiscernible as to who's wearing this helmet. I mean, unless you look like really good underneath it, but just like from a top-down view, you would not be able to tell that that's the George Lucas figure, which is good. I mean, that's, as a disguise figure, that's how it should be. You shouldn't be able to tell who's wearing this armor, right? They gave him a grayed out plastic version of the E11 blaster rifle, the same one we get from the Mandalorian Stormtrooper. And for comparison, take that out of his hand. All right. Can you tell which is which? You cannot. You cannot tell which is which. Okay, so one is the Lucas, and the other one is the regular Black Series, the Mandalorian Stormtrooper. Again, overall the same mold, just, you know, different head with a helmet on. Yeah, you cannot tell on screen. That's cool. That's how it should be. That's a good Stormtrooper disguise figure. You cannot tell. All right, I'll tell you. This one's the Lucas. Yeah, this one's... I had to double check. This one's the Lucas. Yeah, you really cannot tell which one's which standing side by side with the helmets on, and that's good. You know, but hats off to you, Hasbro. You guys did a good job on that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be tough. Please don't mess up the face. Okay, we're good. I didn't mess up the face. I was worried about that for a second there. Yeah, overall a really awesome figure. Fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. Neck is on a neck joint. Fully articulated shoulders, individual shoulder pad, articulation there. Single jointed elbows, wrist joints, waist, hips, upper thigh, single jointed knees, and ankle joints. And that's pretty much it for the articulation of George Lucas. And like I said, he comes with that same Mando E11 mold that the other one comes with, except in black. Rather than be cast in black plastic, it's cast in gray plastic this time. I guess so you don't mix it up with your other Trooper blasters, I suppose, that's nice. And for comparison, after I get done posing him up, for comparison, I'll show him off next to Dave Filoni. Here he is next to Dave Filoni, or Trapper Wolf. I wonder if George is actually this tall in real life. I have yet to meet him in person yet. One day, one of these days, I hope I'm privileged enough to get to meet George. But I wonder if he's actually this tall in real life. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if Dave is this tall in real life. These proportions could be totally off, and I have no idea. I have yet to meet either of these guys in person yet. So, also would love to meet Dave at some point as well, and Jon Favreau, of course, as well. You know, but yeah, I wonder if those are accurate heights for these figures. You know, makes you wonder. Anyway, overall an awesome figure. You know, a pretty simple figure release. All they did was change the head, but it was a worthy change in my opinion, because why wouldn't you want George Lucas in your collection, right? I mean, wouldn't you want the guy who created Star Wars in your Star Wars collection? I certainly would. I think it's super cool. I'm so glad we finally got a Black Series George Lucas figure, and I can't wait for the Jon Favreau one to complete the set of 3 of the greatest Star Wars creative minds that have ever been, you know, and yeah, I'm really excited, even more excited for the Jon Favreau now than I already was. So, stay tuned for more RebelScum.com content. Stay tuned for more of our Black Series video reviews, as well as some of our other ones. Make sure you go to the website every single day so that you don't miss any of our new content, because we post something every single day. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. Stay tuned for more, like I said earlier, and go to RebelScumShop.com for all kinds of awesome swag and merch like the shirt I'm wearing now. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time, and may the Force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.